Hi Zesties. Okay, today I'm eating leftover soul food. I bought this soul food from a plate seller yesterday. And I have kind of a story time about this. And I don't know if I don't know if I have it in me to be a food reviewer. So obviously you can tell I only have like 1,000 something followers or subscribers on wherever it is that you're watching me from. So I'm not a big channel. I haven't blown up or had success or whatever. And to be honest, I do have like videos of a bunch of restaurants that I ate at and didn't, or not a bunch, but a few restaurants I ate at and didn't like. And I never really got to uploading them. But like, a lot of these restaurants that I'm talking about, it's because I'd have to bring the unseasoned stuff into it. Like, I pretty much would have to say, the yams are good. I pretty much would have to say, like, okay, I've gotten crabs in South St. Pete, and this is boring and unseasoned and whatever to me now. But, like, from my crab video, a lot of people messaged me wanting to review their food. So, the person I bought this food from yesterday was one of these people. And then when I met up with her, she was like, don't upload the review if you don't like it. And the thing is, it's not that I don't like it, it's just okay. You know what I mean? And like over here, there's a very high standard. If it comes to crab or if it comes to soul food, for me, the bar has already been set really, really high. Like, watch my video of first time eating soul food or whatever. The bar was set very high right from the beginning. So, so I thought it was weird though that this person wanted me to review them, but then when I went there, it said, "Oh, but don't upload it if you don't like it." And like I said, it's not that I don't like it. It's just nothing special. And like, actually, you know what? I usually use margarine, but now that I'm living with my friends, I only use butter because they're very like anti-margarine. And now that I put margarine on top of the cornbread right now, I'm like, okay, you know what? I taste the difference. But anyway, so that made me think, should I upload the video or not? Because I feel like you can tell when I bite into it that I'm kind of disappointed. But if I would have had this living in Tampa, I would have liked it more. But after my first soul food experience over here, that was so out of this world, I was kind of expecting another out of this world experience, and I didn't really get it. And the thing is, this person is like a plate seller with a small following, likely is relying on the income to take care of children. So I certainly would not want to upload any content that would, financially harm someone who's taking care of kids or whatever with the income. You know what I mean? So, and like I said, it's not like I'm saying the food's bad or anything. It's just, nothing special. Like, my biggest criticism is that it seems that the rice is like rice-a-roni or something. Like, it's like packaged rice. That's like the biggest issue for me. Green beans probably can too. But that whole situation made me think, dang, do I really want to be a food reviewer? Because, like, the big time food reviewers, like Mr. Chime Time and whatever, they're like constantly getting death threats over their food reviews. And it's like, do I really want all that drama? You know. Like, theoretically, I would much rather make cooking content. Like, me, myself, cooking. However, that crab video got me a lot of attention, so I would like to keep reviewing more crab restaurants and stuff. But this situation has made me think, dang, do I really want to do food reviews? Like, that's the potential for a lot of drama. And like, like I said, with particularly with crabs and with soul food, the bar has been set so high from like I even felt guilty that I gave New York seafood 8 out of 10. If that place were in Tampa, they would get 11 out. I would be like 11 out of 10, but St. Pete has such good crabs. There's such competition with the crabs in St. Pete that I kind of have to weigh that in. You know what I mean? That I've liked crispy crab more. And then with the soul food, it's just like my first time was with Kaya. And I mean, I feel like Kaya just does her thing, you know what I mean? Like, she's someone who I feel that is meant to cook professionally, or that's like her calling or whatever. Um, so her food's just like always good, but I know she wanted to knock my socks off for my first soul food. She knew that that was my first time eating soul food. She knew I wanted to buy it from her because I like her crabs. I think that she wanted to knock my socks off, and she did. So, like, after that, if this were my first soul food experience, I'd probably like it more. But after that, and considering what I've seen as far as some of the more like established soul food restaurants in St. Pete, I get the feeling that there's a lot of competition, and the standards very. It seems that in St. Food, I'm just gonna keep it real. It seems that in St. Pete, the black food scene is really big and really poppin'. That's the best food here that I have found. Is like black food. I don't even know what you would call it because it's not all. Ooh. I swallowed cornbread down the wrong hole. But want to know something that makes me happy though? Now that I've had cornbread from a bunch of places, I'm like, okay, I've had better cornbread. But mine's pretty good. But it seems that in St. Pete, the black food scene is really popping, and I don't even know. It's not just soul food, It seems that there's also a particular style of doing crabs, or seafood, you know, with black people or restaurants operating in black areas or whatever. And it just seems to me that's the best food that they have in Pinellas County. So, because I mean, like, let's keep it real. Like, just watch my video of crispy crab or of New York seafood. I mean, out of this world. You know what I mean? You're not gonna get that in on this side of town. So there when I'm reviewing this type of food, the standard has been set so extremely high for me. St. Pete really gets down with this type of food. So, that makes it hard for me, and I don't want to cause anyone any harm. So, it's like I don't know if I'm going to upload my review video for this particular plate seller because your food was just whatever. Okay, it's nothing that I'm planning on returning to. Kaya? Oh, if I get rich, I'll be at Kaya's every week. If I get rich, the only reason I didn't go to Kaya's this week is because, my money's not really where I need it to be. And unfortunately, a lot of that, if not most of that, is my fault. Well, actually, no. I like to blame myself, but the economy has been horrible for like 5 years, so not my fault. But like, um, I'd be at Kaya's all the time. I'd be at Crispy Crab all the time. I'd be at New York Seafood all the time. This, I'm not going to return to. And the thing is, if I were reviewing, see, this makes me think, do I really want to review any plate sellers? Because if I'm reviewing a restaurant, it's a little bit different where, number one, I feel like the restaurant already has some kind of capital going on to even like have a restaurant in the first place. People are people are already reviewing restaurants on like Yelp and Google and whatever. And it seems a little more appropriate to restaurants are open to criticism at any time. At any time, anyone can walk in there, eat the food, and then say whatever they want. With the plate sellers, it's different. It's very personal. You talk to them, you meet with them. Often they're very reliant on this income for them and their children and everything, so they theoretically have a lot more to lose from a bad review. So all this just has me thinking, do I really have it in me to be a food reviewer? Because imagine if I go to one of these crab places and don't like it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I just really want to blow up somehow and become popular. I want my dream is to have the penthouse with a grill and a hammock on the balcony. Ooh. So they liked people liked my crab video, so I want to make more of those videos, but I'm almost feeling like, should I just not upload the places I don't like? You know what I mean? Or should I be brave and upload them, and then theoretically this will bring harm to businesses? You know, it's just a dirty game. The restaurant reviews. So, what do you think, Zesties? Let me know in the comments. Should I do more food reviews? Even though I may eventually have to give someone a bad review and bring harm to their business. Maybe even, if I make it big one day, people will be threatening me and everything. See, that's why I like cooking. Cooking is so nice and chill and drama-free. But that crab review got me followers. And the second that I posted the review for New York seafood, people started sharing me. So, it's just something I've been thinking about. If I really have the bravery or whatever it takes to be a food reviewer. Or if I don't. But I have to think of something, because I'm monetized on Facebook and YouTube, so I need to take advantage of that somehow. It's just hard because I'm so deep in the survival, struggle, and whatever, and it's like, the whole economic situation going on right now, especially here in Florida, is just like terrible. So, I'm like struggling for survival and whatever. So it's hard for me to focus so much on making videos, but I just really would love to get this channel poppin'. I guess that would require some bravery, huh? If I really want my penthouse with the grill on the balcony and the hammock, might have to do food reviews, talk bad about people's food. Might have to talk about more adult subjects and crazy story times and whatever. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Let me know what you think in the comments. Bye, Zesties.